Hello, my loves. It's Lady G. I just wanted to stop by and chit chat with you guys because I haven't talked to you or written anything much on the blog since October. You know, I had a good time in October with all of my Halloween shenanigans. But today I wanted to come in and do a couple of things. One is I wanted to share a picture of all of the things from the garden that me and my dad grew. And those of you who have been following me with that in the whole series of greens from Daddy's patio will remember when we started with just some soil and some seeds, and you guys were able to kind of follow me and Daddy through the ups and downs. But I thought I would share pictures of the things that have grown and are about to be harvested. You may notice in some of these scenes pictures of some of the okra that we grew, the collard greens. You'll see basil, not necessarily in the order that I'm calling them out here, but you will see some of those things, and you'll see how much they have grown. You'll see, I think, peppers too as well. And we are going to harvest a lot of that stuff and have it as a part of our Thanksgiving this year. But anyway, going back to the subject of the title, which is about preparing for an upcoming celestial shift. Yes, honey, we are supposed to embark on a shift come December 21st, 2020, which is actually the winter solstice, which has been celebrated in some shape, form, or fashion over the years through many different cultures. But anyway, I'm not really speaking of it from a religious perspective, just from a celestial perspective. There's talk that during this time, we are supposed to see a shift for a more towards the more positive. Specifically, a lot of the astrologers are looking at planets Saturn and Jupiter, and they are in Capricorn right now, but they are slated to move out of Capricorn around December 21st, 2020, and that is supposed to lead us more towards unity, which God knows we could use right long in here. Right long in here. That's a Southern colloquialism for right in the present moment. Anyway, I am coming to you, God knows, from the spirit of dirt tiredness, honey. That's another old saying in the South. I am dirt tired, like many of us. I mean, we are tired of coronavirus. We are tired of politics. We're just, we don't want to have to see a new alert or breaking news or another fire that needs to be put out. It's time for peace, honey, peace. So if that is what December 21st, 2020 is supposed to bring, honey, then I am preparing for it. And I think this week is a good week to prepare for it because, of course, in the United States, we celebrate Thanksgiving. Now, I know a lot of people have their own opinions about that. And for me, I just see it as a time for people to come together and, give thanks for family, for health, for financial stability. And we know right now that's not actually the current state of affairs for a lot of folks. So it would be, I would be remiss, I should say, if I don't give thanks for the fact that right now I have my family here and everybody's healthy and financially we're stable. And so I am grateful and I'm very thankful to God for that. And I pray that for all of my fellow followers and friends. And so that's what I'm going to be thinking about as this week goes on. I'm also thinking about doing a little something where I where I share with you guys how I prep for my Thanksgiving meal. But anyway, again, this is turning away from the actual conversation that I wanted to have, and I don't want it to turn into a ramble. But God knows it's LadyG, so it very well could turn into a ramble. Anyway, so in order to prepare for this upcoming shift that's coming that God knows we need so badly, I thought it might be a good idea to do a bit of fasting. And I'm not just talking about food, I'm talking about a couple of different things. So I'm thinking about for the next 30 days or so, because today, as we speak right now, or as I speak right now, it's the 22nd of November, going into the week of Thanksgiving. So for the next 30, 29 days or whatever before we get to December 21st, I'm thinking about how it might be a good idea to kind of avoid certain things, or at least start some sort of fast, staying away from junk food and junk drinks, because that's my problem. Even if I can drink 10,000 calories of soda or sweet tea as we have it in the South, honey. Let me tell you, sweet tea is not a thing all over the United States, nor is it a thing all over the world, because I remember when I went to Cleveland, Ohio, I was at where was I? Red Lobster. And I ordered, the guy comes up and he was like, well, what are you guys going to have? And, I made my order and I said, I'll have that with some sweet tea. And that man looked at me like I asked for his mama, honey. He was like, if you get sweet tea, you sweet it yourself. I'm like, well, excuse me, shit, give me a Coke then, honey. It ain't that serious. Oh boy, I tell you what, and just thinking about that in the South, at a restaurant, nobody's gonna be that blunt. They would be like, "No, I'm sorry, ma'am, we don't have sweet tea, but we do have Coca-Cola." No, that brother was like, "If you get sweet tea, you'll sweet it yourself." Boy, you gotta love people. Well, anyway. Back to the point. Again, I don't want this to become a ramble, but I'm afraid that it could very well. So avoiding certain foods, junk foods, soda pops, and things of that nature, with the exception of Turkey Day. Now on Thursday, I'm going to eat whatever I want because I'm going to cook a lot of stuff. Not a lot of stuff. I'm going to cook your typical turkey, probably some dressing, macaroni and cheese, and I plan to cook some of the collard greens from my garden, me and my dad's garden. So, and you will see those, as I said earlier, kind of going by, in the pictures that I am including with this conversation, honey. So another thing I want to start to, fast from is media. I'm sick of it. I don't care what it is, whether it's Fox, whether it's CNN, whether it's MSNBC, whether it is whatever. I'm sick of it. I don't want to hear another pundit. I do not want to hear another newscaster. What I'll probably do is just occasionally check in via the internet, on the print version of it. I don't want to hear anybody else's opinion about what's going to happen, what's not going to happen. Because flat out, either way it goes, we're going to see what's going to happen, whether we want to or not. So I would like to just kind of step away from that. Also, I think I want to kind of avoid anybody with a negative mindset or a whole lot of negative conversation. Just not in the mood for it. I got enough shit going on just like everybody else. I do not need any more added negativity to the conversation, child. So, naturally when you're thinking about preparing for a shift like this and you're thinking about the things you want to fast from, you have to start thinking about the things that you're going to replace all of the things that you have removed. And how many times can I get the word things in a conversation? Please don't count them, honey. Anyway, what I'm saying is, naturally, I should replace anything that I take away. So if I'm going to rid myself of a lot of junk food or junk drink, then I've got to find healthier alternatives. Now, recently, I bought a soup maker. Now, you talk about one purpose shit. A soup maker? It was on sale. I know that sounds ridiculous, but anyway, I have a soup maker and it does make smoothies, but I also have a blender too. And thinking about other ways that I can repurpose this soup maker. But that said, I can probably replace a lot of unhealthy meals. And when I say unhealthy, I'm talking about things like I have a tendency to maybe buy those little Stouffer's frozen meals. Maybe I can substitute those with some homemade soup because it really doesn't take much to make the soups. Like you can have the soups that are much more pureed, or you can have a chunky soup. But I made some broccoli soup. It was a little bit more pureed than I wanted, but it does have a setting to make it more chunky. So I think I'm going to just keep experimenting with that. Soup is always healthy. Also, maybe experimenting with different bowls with a lot of vegetables and good proteins and very limited starch. So those are some things I want to do. Also, with my extra time that I have when I am not watching the news, I am going to finally read some of the books that I have bought that I have not read. And I have quite a few of them. I mean, I'm a pretty avid reader, but, this year has just been so damn batshit crazy that it's hard. It's been hard to stay focused enough to sit down and read because I have been known to devour a book in nearly one sitting. I am that type of person, and I tell my girlfriend that I actually have to avoid doing that. I have to stop myself from devouring a whole book. I have to say, okay, we're just going to read maybe the first couple of chapters and we're going to put it down. We're going to savor the book. So I'm going to find a nice book or some books that I can get into and try to savor them. I'm going to also include a bit more meditation, more time outdoors because it's been beautiful lately. It's been a little bit chilly and crispy, which is exactly the way I like it. And also watching things on TV that make me laugh or those things that are thought-provoking. Also just taking time to contemplate what I do want to see in life because part of this whole shift, I made my way back to the damn conversation. Back to the matter at hand. This whole shift is about, again, community, the collective, unity and peace and love. So these are things that I want to contemplate. There are some, and I think my cousin Ron and I discussed this in one of our conversations, our family conversations, which are going to continue on Wednesday. We'll have a post Wednesday where we discuss some of this poetry that he's been writing, honey. You need to go check it out. BrownsEMTS.com, The Time Tunnel. Look at the last couple of poems that he wrote. He was on one on Halloween. So go check out his entries for October 31st. He's not a Halloween person like me, and I guess you would have to know Ron to know that. And probably if you have listened to any of our conversations, you can probably tell. That's just LadyG with all of her childish shenanigans. But anyway, I'm just ready to get off this damn wind and gyre. Yes, I am a fan of W.B. Yeats, so I am ready to get off this damn thing. I am ready for this shift. I am ready. So if you want to join me in this preparation for the shift that's coming on December 21st, 2020 within the next 30 days, then hit me up in comments and let me know, or just let me know how you are feeling about how 2020 has turned out. I'm just telling you, I commented on somebody's blog about how I really sometimes feel like I've been shot and I've been trying to run to the hospital before it closes, honey. Seeking help. I want out this craziness, okay? I really am looking for a more peaceful, way of being. It's just been so much turmoil. Who would have thought that there would be so much turmoil, especially when you look at, not saying that years prior have been just a portrait in peace, but 2020 just took the damn cake. I don't know about y'all, but for me, it took the cake. But anyway, so just hit me up in comments and let me know how 2020 has been for you. What do you think about this whole concept of a celestial shift on the winter solstice of December 21st? And the idea of prepping for that and maybe looking forward to it. It's funny because I've heard a couple of different versions of what might happen after the 21st. Remember, that was about the same time frame that they had for the 2012 end of the world situation. I don't know what it is about the winter solstice, but it's something that has enchanted people forever. Well, anyway, I guess I can stop here. Like I said, hit me up in comments. I don't want to keep repeating myself. Hit me up in comments and let me know what's going on with you and how you feel. And, also let me know if you're interested in seeing what I'm going to be doing to prepare for Thanksgiving this year. Tell me what you guys are planning for Thanksgiving. What are you guys cooking? Whatever. I want to hear it all, honey. Just talk to me, child, because I ain't got nothing else I want to be doing as far as looking at the news. Give me something else to do, baby. And remember, you know what I'm going to say. Lady G loves you.